guys, welcome back to my channel. It is me, the Tokofato, and today I have a super exciting video. So in case you don't know, I am a co-founder of a code tutoring company called EaziCode, and today I'll just be chatting with my co-founders. We'll be telling you guys about, our journey and just chatting, So I really hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, please do give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe. We're on the road to 20k. And yeah guys, so let's introduce the people sitting right next to me. We have Ngoni and Tato. So guys, can you just introduce yourselves and tell the people a little more about yourselves?
Thanks for having us on your channel, Seho. My name is Ngoni Mujuru. I'm a software engineer and an entrepreneur.
And hi guys, my name is Tato Tugudu and I'm a data scientist and also just a freelance developer as well.
Alright guys, so let's get started and get into this chat. Alright guys, so EaziCode is a code tutoring company. So now we're just going to get into what EaziCode does, how it started, and just more information about our company. So Ngoni will just get into more details about it.
So yeah, so what you said, right? EaziCode is a code tutoring company, and our goal with EaziCode is to make it easy for as many people as possible to learn programming. I think with a bigger focus on younger people. And how the project came about, so basically I started programming at the age of 19. I had a friend, she needed a website to be made and I had a bit of free time. So I decided to learn how to do it. I went on the internet, I googled how to make a website, found a few tutorials, and that's how I actually started. And I discovered something I really enjoyed, and that ended up influencing my decision to actually study computer science. And now I've been a software engineer. I've met so many people who also started programming a bit later on in life, and who immediately wished that they started earlier in their lives. And so that was like a big inspiration for EaziCode. I'm like, we should try create a platform which allows people to be able to learn programming, people of any age, especially young people. And this platform should be easy to access. It should really simplify programming concepts to allow people to be able to learn them, to grasp them, and to actually build like interesting apps based on the skills that we teach them. And Tato is someone who shares the same vision as I did. Is also someone who went through a similar journey as I did. So I think Tato, you can take it from here.
100%. No, thanks, Ngoni. So essentially, in order for us to be able to fulfill the mandate that Ngoni has mentioned, we basically have like 3 services in EaziCode. So it's primarily one-to-one tutoring sessions. So essentially you come on to the platform and let's say you want to learn how to code in Python, right? And you basically select the course, and our idea is to basically get you over the hump of like studying a programming language, because like all of us here can attest, it's very difficult to start like programming.
Especially on your own.
Especially on your own,
yeah.
And especially with zero programming experience, it's twice as hard. So our niche market is basically focusing on those people who, they find it difficult to just pay for a Udemy course or go to YouTube and learn the skills themselves. So our goal is to basically give you the knowledge instead of the information. So give you knowledge and then allow you to practically apply it using the projects that we have for each course that you're going to sign up for. But that's the first aspect of it. It's one-to-one tutoring. Then we do have group-based, and that's something that we're actually developing. So essentially what we do is we have like boot camps, and then we have like students who actually come together as like friends, and they say, hey, can you guys like tutor us as a whole individual, and then we pay a certain amount of money for that. So that's group-based tutoring.
And we do have one coming up soon on the 2nd of April. So if you're interested, we'll leave the link in the description so you can, try it out, see, and learn the basics of HTML and CSS. So that's pretty cool.
100%. And on top of that, we do have the last tier, which is school integrated curriculum. So we have communicators that we've gotten communication from schools which are interested in getting our curriculum integrated to their school curriculum essentially. So they want us to take our stuff and implement them. So that's one of the services that we do offer. But just to continue in terms of the journey and how Ngoni and I suffer from the same back story. is that I also got introduced to programming at around grade 10 actually, but it was actually in the form of HTML and CSS. But HTML actually at the beginning, because in grade 10 when we were doing CAT, we got introduced to HTML for the first time. But that was a very basic, at a very basic level. And then going to grade 11, grade 12, that's when we started building like a website for a project. And that's when basically I got the interest. But the problem is it wasn't enough, because yes, HTML, it's nice. It's a nice starting ground for when you want to start learning programming. But I really wanted to learn the more complex stuff like JavaScript, but they were too complex for me to understand. Hence, that's why I decided to, apply for a computer science degree. And just like everybody here else, we did study at the University of Pretoria. But I didn't study necessarily computer science. I studied BIT, and then that's the only degree I wanted, and I applied for it, and then eventually got in. Then I struggled. Then I realized how much I was struggling a lot.
We can relate.
Because you guys know, like in course 132, like yo guys, it's hectic, especially when we have like zero experience. Because you have kids like coming from like different types of schools, and they have all this coding experience, and that time like you have zero experience, and during the practical sessions you come in there and these guys like take 15 minutes. The practical session, by the way, is like 3 hours. You come in there, you take 15 minutes. They come in there, take 15 minutes. And then they tell their friends that, guys, you can hit it in 15 minutes and leave. And that time you've been there for like 2 hours. You're like,
start working out. And you're like, am I not understanding like what I was supposed to do?
Yeah, that was hectic. That was hectic. But through that struggle, honestly, of like, getting into varsity and realizing that, yes, HTML was a good introduction to programming, but actual programming really starts with like real programming languages like Java, C++. That's only when I realized that, wow, this is actually a very relatively complex field, and I wish I had started earlier. And I think that's something that we all share in common.
True, because my journey is kind of like similar to yours, because I started coding when I was about 14, when I had a blog, so I wanted to switch up my blog, and that's when I started learning HTML and CSS. But I feel like when you're learning alone, it's so hard because you're just kind of following the tutorial. It's kind of like really difficult to start actually doing your own projects, because all you know is just by following the tutorial. So it's really nice to have someone to interact with, ask questions, and yeah, so that's where we come in.
Yeah, and that's true. I think even in Taro's experience, like you get to university, and then because fun fact, I actually was studying accounting before I then decided to
the first time I'm hearing this.
to do computer science. And I think without that background, my first year was actually very, very difficult. And I think one of the goals, like with EaziCode, one of the things I think we always say is that our goal is not to make everyone a computer scientist, but just to understand like basic computer science principles, because even in whatever like field that you get into, the better your understanding of computer science, the better you understand the tools that you use. Like even simple things like using a search engine. If you have a better understanding how it works, you can actually search better, because you know exactly like how to phrase things to work best, to get the best results. I think as you're mentioning also the fact that like learning alone there's certain places where it can be good, but with something like computer science, sometimes you actually need someone who can motivate you. You can get stuck when it comes to certain concepts if you're just trying to go about it yourself. Yeah, it can be something very simple, but if you have someone who's there to motivate you and guide you, can really go a long way. Because I do know lots of people who, they get excited, they try, like learn a new skill, even programming, they spend maybe the first week, then they get stuck, and then they end up dropping it. But I think one of the big pushes for us in EaziCode was to just have these one-on-one tutors. It's someone who then be able to guide you throughout your entire learning journey, motivate you, and if you do get stuck, there'll be someone you can reach out to who can actually help you grasp the concept, explain better to you. And also, I think something that I actually learned early on, which is very powerful, like it's you get stuck all the time. Like it's a part of the industry. Like if you just software engineer, even at work, you can you can have someone in meetings who'll be like, "No, I've been working on this bug for an entire week," and that's okay. That's acceptable.
It's part of it,
yes. So I think just having a tutor actually does help you to keep you motivated, and also to actually like teach you certain skills that will help you navigate programming and being able to create apps and software based on the ideas that you have.
So now we're going to take a look at the business side of things and kind of how everything got started. So Ngoni, can you just tell us a bit more about how EaziCode got started?
Yeah, so how it actually got started, I think based on my experience, I always knew I actually wanted to create a platform like EaziCode, but I think I was just waiting for the right time to do it. So it somehow happened that sometime in 2020, I have a nephew, he turned 10 that year, and he wanted to learn programming. So I started doing video calls with him, just teaching him programming basics, found an app online, discovered Scratch, and he really enjoyed it. And I realized, I think this is the time to actually then create a platform like EaziCode where we can allow as many people as possible to be able to have this experience where you're learning programming with a tutor you can get on calls with, and they can motivate you, they can guide you, they can actually teach you the skills. And I realized, look, this was actually a really good idea, and this was something that would really benefit South Africa, benefit Africa. Because I actually strongly believe that it's just a matter of interest, it's a matter of availing the skills and resources. Like South Africa has lots of potential to become a global technology powerhouse. So I realized, no, this is a big idea that I had in my hands, and I decided, I realized I actually needed an amazing team to be able to help me out with this, to actually grow it into a successful business. And the first person that came to mind was Tato. It's someone who I went to university with, and someone who I knew liked getting things done. Tato is a published author, but I'm sure you can take it from here.
Well, thank you, Ngoni. Thank you, Ngoni. Now I have to change my accent because people expect me to be an author. But just to add on to the importance of what Ngoni said, like an amazing team. Like I don't think you guys understand the importance of having like a team that's not just motivated but actually gets things done. Because motivation can only get you to a certain point, especially when running a business. Because once you run out of motivation, some people just give up. But when you have a team that actually knows, like, yeah, the motivation is low, but at least we see the end goal, then, that's one of the type of characteristic you need to look at. And Ngoni makes it seem as if, like, I was the first person, like, that came to mind. But let's be honest, what happened is he ran through a list of people, right? And had to really filter out people whom he felt like can actually start something and take it to the end. When I look at Ngoni, for example, he's actually somebody who exemplifies that as well. Like, I mean, he started an application, so it's not the first great idea that he actually has. So he actually built an entire app with a team that he actually organized himself, so he knows how to actually lead.
And he won that competition.
He won a competition, yeah. So it's an award-winning app called Letterbox.
True.
So when he reached out to me, I could almost understand, because like I'm also one of those people whom I believe whatever I put my mind to, I really want to achieve it to the max. So in myself as well, like just my quick background, I'm also like an author but also a writer. But everybody is a writer and everybody's an author. But I didn't want to just like be here. I really wanted to also push the maximum. So to the point where, for example, my work gets nationally, internationally recognized. So, but yeah, that's some of the things that I do on the side. But just adding on to a team, actually, I can't even forget about the Tofa to myself as well. I mean, we're talking about someone who runs like multiple businesses, made YouTube Black Creator 2021. Yeah. So I don't want to lie, like it's a great team that we have here, because everybody here like knows how to start stuff and like really meet it to the end. But yeah, let me just off-ramp just a bit there in terms of the team stuff. But after Ngoni reached out to me, essentially now we just started working on doing research. And it was very important for us to get good quality material that we're gonna use. So all of our courses basically are backed and reinforced by the big companies. So MIT and Google approved these curriculums. So it's something that we really pride ourselves in, because we make sure that whatever we're gonna be, the knowledge we're gonna be imparting on to our students is something that can be verified by big people, like the big tech companies. So yeah, but then that ran basically the research part. R&D is that was basically my specialization, that I had to make sure that I found ways to develop the curriculums and make sure that we have specific programs like Scratch for kids and web development for just older people, but also kids also get interested in web development as well. So, but then we got to a point where threshold where we realized that, but the both of us are good at coming up with like, curriculums and actually the idea, like strengthening the idea of a tutoring company. But the problem is we don't know how to take it further than that. So we took a while to actually do research and finding an additional partner because we needed a co-founder who had like strong capabilities in like social media. And it took us a while, but eventually then one day Ngoni jumps on a call and he's like, hey dude, like I actually just found somebody. And I was like, who's this person? Like 12 5. And I'm like, oh, I don't know her. And then after getting a little bit of insight, then I realized that wait, this is the same top of I was in like classes with. I was like, oh, then I did a little bit of research and I was like, wow, this person is doing amazing stuff. Then from there onwards, it was basically just a matter of us like getting a hold of her. Yes, of course, she was busy with a lot of stuff. Even she had to rethink the decision because when you reached out the first time and then she said,
I'm kind of busy. I don't know.
She's busy.
Yeah.
But I think eventually she saw the end goal and she realized that, you know what, this is a team that, can get stuff done. And then, yeah, she joined and it's been an amazing journey since so far because she's helped structure our company in such a way that now we are comfortable with our PR, we're comfortable with our social media, it's something that's scalable. And yeah, like she's been an amazing co-founder to add to our team. And yeah, like that's basically what I wanted to say.
Alright, so I guess I kind of came in and started looking at like digital marketing. Guys, I spend a lot of time on social media, but I don't let it go to waste. I learn a lot from that too. So I kind of, built up our social media pages. Be sure to check them out. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, we're everywhere. So like, comment, everything, follow. And so kind of digital marketing is now our, main marketing platform, and it's been really like working for us. And we're kind of in the space where we're kind of like growing our company now, and we're making use of like digital marketing. And so I think you can just tell us a bit more about the growth phase, because I think everything has started now we want things to like pick up and go to the next level.
Yeah, so it's definitely been a great journey so far. We've actually had a lot of students who we've tutored. Some have completed our courses, some are still going through our courses, and it's been a great learning journey for all of us. I think Tato did spend quite some time talking about the team and our team dynamics. I think it's also like this is like one of the best projects I've actually ever worked on. Like I actually really enjoy and believe in what I'm doing, but also really enjoy the people that I'm working with. And I think when starting a business, usually startups, they actually always advise you to have good co-founders, because it can be very hard to start a business. You need people to motivate you, need people who can you can trust or share the vision that you have and be able to help you take it to the next level. And it's definitely something I've experienced with this team, and it's just been a great journey. We've learned a lot, and we're just, I think, in this phase where we are working on new courses. We are working on new bootcamp ideas. We have bootcamp, which you mentioned earlier, which is coming up, which we're quite excited about. But that's just one bootcamp, and where we have a few more which we're planning on hosting. So I think we're quite at an exciting phase of our company where we're actually growing and helping a lot more people get exposure to programming and be able to use their creativity to build amazing apps and software.
Alright guys, so this is EaziCode, this is who we are. If you want to check us out, everything is going to be in the description. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Road to 20k. And guys, that is it for today, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.